how to prepare salt. So to prepare a salt, we use this apparatus. This is known as a burette. We call this as a burette, a very important apparatus in titration. Burette and this is known as the pipette. This is known as the pipette. Burette is B-U-R-E-T-T-E, burette, and this is pipette, P-I-P-E-T-T-E, pipette. And why they are so important is they are very, very accurate, both accurate and precise. Alright, so now this is the stand and we have the clamps over here. I'm sure you all know it. I'm just repeating it. And first of all, what we do is we should be very sure of fixing this. And many times what happens is our apparatus in the lab is very loose. So you look at your apparatus, see if it's working okay. If there's something wrong, Shally, are you listening? If there's something wrong, please keep your iPads away. If there's something wrong with the apparatus, you have to raise your hand and get it fixed in the beginning, not in between the experiment. Remember, these are very vital tips that I'm giving you because you're going to start experiment. This is again very strongly made, and nowadays, in the past, they were more glass. We used to make up glass, but nowadays they make it very strong. So it doesn't break very easily. Before it used to break several times. So this is the stopper that we can use, and we have to very delicately use it, not with a lot of strength. We have to use it very delicately. Any apparatus that we use, we have to use with soft hands. Don't force it. If you can't use it, tell your lab attendant or your teacher that this is very tight, I can't use it. Don't try to overdo it, otherwise you will break it. Alright? So check out your drop. Check that if it drops well, it closes well, and be very sure of it. Then you can fit it in the stand. Again, the stand has to be very, very sturdy. And then another thing is that you have to see what you're using. You have to see whether you're using. This is NaOH. So be sure of reading it properly. Look at it. Don't imagine that it's NaOH done. Look at it nicely. Yeah, it's NaOH. Look at it. You'll be wearing goggles also, so you have to be very careful to read it. Then this is HCl, and remember, they both look so similar. They both look very similar, isn't it? Can you say the difference between them? No. Even if I put water, you won't be able to say the difference between them. But one is an alkali and one is an acid. So they look very similar. This is a conical flask. This is a conical flask. So the first thing that I do is I take an alkali, NaOH, and I will use a pipette. Pipette is 25 centimeter. This is your volume. It's written ml, so it's okay. 25 ml equivalent to 25 centimeter cube. So this is your ml. So I use this bulb over here, and then I can pull. Now, very important, Max, pay attention. There is a circle over here. There's a mark over here. If you look carefully, see this mark. Okay? There's a mark. So 25 doesn't mean till here. 25 means till here. You have to be very accurate. Till here, fill the mark. That means it is 25 centimeter. It shouldn't go up, it shouldn't go down. It should be exactly 25 centimeter. Alright? So let's take 25 centimeter of NaOH. So how do we do it? We press it. When we press it, what happens? Air goes out. It's a state of vacuum inside. Alright? So the outside air will come. But when I attach it here, what will happen? It will push the liquid into it. So remember to check this before you do it, because sometimes there will be holes in it or it's very old. So tell your lab attendant or tell the teacher, it's not working well, please change it. Otherwise, everything will go wrong. So I repeat, check your apparatus before you do the experiment very thoroughly, especially if you have a test or a practical exam or something going on, because the apparatus will give you the result. You may be very accurate, you may be very thorough with your work, but the apparatus is a failure, your experiment is a failure. So be sure that the experiment, the apparatus is well and it's working well. Alright, remember what I'm saying. So we take how much, Graciela? 25. Okay, so you can just take it like that, and this is the part where you can, now remember one thing, you can put your finger like that. Okay, put your finger like that. If you don't put your finger like that, it will again fall down. Suppose that's not enough, so press it like, don't press it next to your face, always keep it away from your face, otherwise you may press out some liquid into your, splash into your face. Don't put it next to your friend's place also, because you have some colleagues. Don't be, you don't become cruel to them also. Look after your partner also. Be careful. Alright, so press this, and then again, I hope it's 25. It takes time to pull that. Because it's broader over there, the volume is more, it will come in slowly. This is a very, very important part, this part, very important. You have to be very thorough over here. So you can put it like this. Now remember, this is very important. If it goes down, you have to hold your finger. So now we have how many ml of NaOH? 25 ml of NaOH. Okay? Sandy, are you here? Okay? Alright. Then release it. What will happen? See, it goes there. See, Sandy? So it goes there. It will take time because it has very, oh gosh, it has very narrow holes. So it will take a little time. It's almost there. There we are, almost. Don't bang it, slow, so very softly do it. So here we are, 25 centimeter cube volume of NaOH. That is an alkali sodium hydroxide solution. Okay, now I put it over here. Many times we use, at the bottom, we use a tile. You know what a tile is? A tile is a white piece of slate or a calcium carbonate tile. So you can also use a paper or a book over there. White. Why? You can see the color change there. Are you getting me? Max, are you listening? So you can use a white paper underneath. I told him to give a tile, but he didn't give it. So maybe it was not there. But you can always use a piece of paper underneath. Fine? Now, the next thing. Next thing is the acid. Remember, this is measured volume. We have a measured volume. How much is that? 25 centimeter cube. This one, we are going to take amount, but we don't know how much of it will react with the alkali or what will be the end point. But before you do that, don't forget what? The indicator. Sometimes what happens is you forget about the indicator, you do your experiment, and then you never get a result. No color change. Why? Because you forgot. Because you were talking with your friend, you were showing your iPad to your friend about the apps or the photographs have come. So you're excited about your iPad, so you forget to put indicator. Alright? Isn't it, Graciela? So always be very, very alert. So how many drops should we use? 2 or 4, okay. And again, be careful that you don't use other dropper, use the same dropper because they're very sensitive. So 4 drops of that, 1 or 2 drops, 2, let's put 2 drops, okay. Now you will see phenolphthalein is colorless in acid. Phenolphthalein is colorless in acid, but it will be pink in alkali. It will be pink in alkali. So this clearly tells us that we have taken, Shali, what we have taken? What have we taken, Shali, in this? Sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide will be pinkish when you add phenolphthalein to it. Alright? But in acid, phenolphthalein will be colorless. And also, we know acid is H plus ions and alkali is OH minus ions. Alright? So let's move on. Now there we are. Now the next important thing is taking, what is it? What is this? Acid. What acid are we taking? We are taking, remember, put a funnel there. Please pay attention, Mary. So funnel, why funnel is important? You may splash it. In the beginning, be careful, it doesn't matter. Be careful that you don't keep this shut. This is again very important that you keep this shut. So what are you going to do is, you're going to fill this with see that it's in the 0 and see that it's the same level. Now suppose it's little up. What you can do is, you take it out like that and you can again pour it back. Keep it in the level of your eyes. Don't have an error over there. Almost there, almost there. Okay, so it's almost there. Because we are not doing a titration today, we are just showing you how to make a salt. That's fine, no problem. Now there we are. This is acid, that's the base, that's an alkali, soluble base, and then we start to add drop by drop. We are going to add what? Acid to alkali. And another thing is, whenever you add, you can also shake it like that so that it mixes well. So let's see. Remember, this should become, what will be the end point? This would be colorless permanently. Okay, so here can you see it? There were on the surrounding, there were also some indicator over there, and therefore it becomes a little brighter. So let's keep on doing that. How much has gone down? This is 20. How much gone down? 20. Now how much? 24. So what happens is, now you'll see there's a color change. That means that's the end point. But when we are doing titration, we have to be, maybe in the first time we can be slower, we can be faster, but second time we have to be very slow. Drop by drop we have to drop. And when it just turns colorless, that's the end. Prepare what? Prepare a salt. What are we doing? We are preparing a salt. Our aim today is not titration. Our aim today is not titration. What is our aim today? What is our aim today? To prepare to prepare a salt. So now what do we have in this? What happens when neutralization reaction takes place? We have salt and water. We have salt and water. So now we have salt in this. Can we get salt from this, from water? How can we get salt from water? Yo-yo? Evaporate? First we can crystallization, cool it down. Okay, depends on the type of salt that we have. So those are the techniques how we can prepare a salt from, we can say, from scratch. That means from the acid, and we can use the process of titration or the indicator method. Now the question is, many times when we are using indicator, that color goes into the salt. We don't want that color. So what do? We do the titration several times and we know exactly this is the volume. So we mix that volume. And yeah, we can use charcoal also. But charcoal in the book it is written charcoal. But charcoal can create impurities also, whatever it is. But we can use charcoal, very good. But if you do several times, you know 24 is the volume. And so you mix 24 and you know that you get salt. So you don't put indicator, you don't need an indicator. Okay? So I hope you have understood it. Have you all understood it? Okay? Let's move on then. Can you switch it off?